holiness of Virginia weather times 10, and it's out of that comfort zone. We're so afraid to take those steps because of the opportunity of we might not make it or we might not be successful. But the thing is, if you make that first step and continue making steps, you'll make it to that destination.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at 4:13 a.m. on this lovely Sunday morning. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
I'm laughing at myself right now because like you were doing the intro, and usually when you shout me out, I do like a little salute. But that joint came off mad early, so I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you didn't even say your name yet, dog. Chill out. Nah, man, but baby girl, you know, it's a common thing that babies do. That 4 month sleep regression, not aggression. But yeah, she kept us up all night last night, man, and I was determined to still get up this morning, even though I ain't get to bed until about 1:00. So get to sleep until about 1:00. So I'm gonna be taking a lot of naps today. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean it's common. It's common. Like you said, it's a common thing with babies. My thing is even with the little one we got now, I be trying to tell Court, like, yo, you gotta base your schedule around him, man. Like, or at least, well, he's at the age where, you know, you could probably get him to lay down when you want to lay down, but like, tire him out first, and then let him get like, you know, a good long nap, and then you slip one in once he, you know, settles down.
Yeah.
But it's a process and all that.
But yeah, man, how things going on your end, bro?
They going pretty good. It's just been working. Job giving me a little fancy stuff, you know. Got a new truck. But that's just water under the bridge. They make big money, so that's like, oh well, you know, it's time for a change. We're gonna buy all these new trucks and we're gonna give them out to people. I'm talking about brand spanking new. They 2023 Ford Mavericks. But
Maverick.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they know for a fact that you ain't got to do no real work, because that truck ain't gonna have to do jack nothing. That's like the Ford Maverick is like a car with a pickup truck body. Like
it is. The bed of it is like real small. It's a hybrid, and I was just
it's
like,
a hybrid.
Yeah, it's a hybrid,
Bruh. So they didn't do it for you.
No.
I thought that you were about to say they got you a new truck and the other one kept breaking down.
Oh no, it was just they trying to phase out the old ones, so I just got a clean driving record, and you know I work pretty decent. So they were like, we gonna give Marcus one first. He gonna be the first one, and then we're gonna just phase out the rest of them, hand them out to people. To be honest with you, this is the first time hearing Maverick. I was like, what is that?
It's just something they came back out with a few years ago.
Mm,
It ain't been back around long.
That's weird. But
Yeah, it's like it's the Ford truck for people who say they want a truck but can't actually afford a truck.
come on. Oh man, that's gonna be the work vehicle. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be.
I mean, it's fun as long as you ain't got to tow nothing.
What you mean?
It ain't got the towing capacity of a real truck, bro. That's all I'm
Come
trying to
on.
say.
It got a little tow hitch on. Well, it got the part where you can hook up a tow hitch.
It don't come with a tow hitch. That's how you know it ain't meant to tow nothing.
Come on. But yeah. Other than that, man, we just out here surviving for real.
It's weird that you say that because this episode is kind of going to be geared towards that, you know, because I don't like surviving, bro. I don't. Because when you say we out here just trying to survive, I know exactly what you mean by that. But in my mind, bro, that shit just sounds derogatory.
Yeah.
Like it does. Like it sound more like an insult. Like if somebody said, well, you surviving though, ain't you? Like it's like somebody rubbing salt in the wound. Like you just like,
yeah.
Bro, like I meant to thrive though. Like why can't I thrive? Like what are we talking about? Why can't I thrive? So like I don't know, man. I told you about it a little bit. And Alyssa and I are we still in like the biggest transitional period that we've ever been in our entire lives, bro. And I don't know what it is about this one, but this transitional period feels more real than any other transitional period that we've ever gone through in our lives, dog. Like I feel like we're quicker at making decisions, and we are moving towards a destination that is metaphorically closer to the cliff than we have ever been on, like ever. So like I'm sitting back thinking about like my day to day, and that's the word that comes to mind. Surviving. That's the word that comes to mind, right? So as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, why do I have such anxiety about the next step? Like what is going through what is bothering you so much about moving forward and taking a step out into the unknown when you know the unknown is going to be the thing that's going to take you exactly where you need to go? So what I came up with was that the unknowns are keeping me from seeing, or I don't know exactly what survival looks like in the unknown. So what did that bring me to, right? And what is that one thing that people crave when they're doing the mundane day-to-day stuff? People crave security. They crave they want to be secure in everything that they do. They want things to stay the same. They want things to look a certain way when they're doing their day-to-day life. They want to know the outcome as they're doing their thing. They like that's what everybody's on right now. So yeah, man, that was just at work one day, just thinking about that, like, yo, why is this bothering me so much, man? And it's because we ain't never been there, bro.
I feel that. It's like you know, you playing a video game and you get to a new section of the map, the story or whatever, and the challenges get a little bit harder, or the terrain gets a little bit different, so you got to take a step back, collect what type of armor or weapons, or knowledge, even, just to move forward past that new chapter. um and it's like, you going through the game, and it's like, yo, why isn't it as easy as when it first started? Why can't I stay in this tutorial level where everything's easy? I got, infinite life, infinite, ammo and all this other stuff. But to make it to the end, you got to make that progression. To make it to, that lifestyle that you want to have, you have to make that type of progression to get there. Feel that.
And for those of us who don't play video games, think of a road that you a windy road that you can speed up on, and everything is fine. Like, you know the turns, you know what's coming next, you know the pot where the next pothole at, around the next left bend. But the moment that you go to somewhere that you that you're unfamiliar with, even though you know how to drive, you still driving the speed limit, the suggested speed limit, because you ain't never been to that road before. So that is, I'm gonna use a more universal language with that one. So there's
I
a
feel
lot
that.
of y'all listening, but I don't know y'all. I can't tell if y'all video game folks or y'all scholars. So you just let us know something.
And it's
I
crazy
guess.
because I had that happen, but just Friday. Friday. When I went to go pick up the new truck for my job or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, I'm driving back home, or I'm trying to drive back to the next spot I need to work in, and I'm coming from Richmond, and it had me going a total different route. I'm like, yo, why is there so many turns? Why am I making so many roundabouts? Like, yo, I'm just trying to get out of Richmond, and it's like a maze. I ain't been down here before. Accidentally went through a toll, and I'm just like, I'm anxious. I'm like, yo, what's the speed limit? I ain't see a speed limit sign yet. I'm just like looking over my shoulder, checking my mirror views. I'm like so tensed. I'm like, yo, just get me out of Richmond, get me back to the countryside, and I'll be fine. So yeah, I know exactly.
That's terrible. That's terrible. They boy see a skyscraper and turn into a chicken. God damn.
it was it was ridiculous.
Uh,
But yeah. That feeling is real. It's so easy to panic once you get out of your comfort zone. Once you get out of that familiar, everything is like, your anxiety level is on 100, and it's pretty scary. But like, once you sit down and be in it for like a little while, you get the hang of it. About time I made it out, I was like, all right, so this is where we going. Then I already made my mistakes. I'm like, all right, cool. We in there now. But yeah, I know exactly that
yeah,
feeling.
but my problem with it, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do we get to this point in our lives where we need everything to be like, we need to have all the answers 100% like laid out in front of us
Mm,
as we traverse through this thing called life. Because I do remember at some point, like, humanity, we didn't have that,
true.
but then everybody craved that, and now we can't live without it. And it's the reason that most people can't make decisions, because they can't get rid of the security that they have. So, like, in turn, like, the security that we're striving for is keeping us from doing the things that we want to do in life.
Right. Hmm. I don't really know. It's because it's almost like, we won't make we won't make that next step or take that next step unless we know like 100% that that next move is gonna produce a
Yeah, but
certain
that's the
outcome.
thing. Like, how can you know if you never try?
True. Yeah.
That's the thing that I'm trying to elaborate on here, bro. Because like we get so hung up on the details of what's going to return to us that we don't even bother trying to do the thing in the first place because we don't even feel like it's even going to produce anything. Like we
Yeah.
out here just walking around with seeds in our hands and forgetting to plant them jokers and then getting mad at the seeds because the seeds ain't growing in the dirt, but they still in our hand.
Mm.
We walked around with the seeds so tightly shut in our palms that the roots are growing in our palms.
Yeah.
And then we mad because we yelling at the seeds that's in our hands and looking at the ground in front of us like, yo, y'all supposed to be on the ground. Like, what's happening here? This is why I just want to stay where I should have stayed where I was at. And like, of course, I'm being facetious when I say that, but like for real, man, like I'm just trying to understand like how did we get to this point where security was everything? Like for real, if you was going to be secure, and this is what I really came to, man. And I'm just kind of looking at my job, looking at how I'm working like my home life and everything, man. And I'm just like, yo, there something has to change, and I can't change anything if I'm being secure.
Mm. Yeah.
Like literally, like yo, for real, like how you gonna be? How will you be secure and growing at the same time? Is it even possible? How can you have security and how would you even chase security and growth at the same time? Am I coming through clear, bro? Like it just don't, it's not possible, bro. Like you can't be secure and try to grow at the same time. It's like you holding on to what you got already and you trying to make everything that you got work and trying to keep all that you fighting both ends of the spectrum, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they say that autism is a spectrum or gender fluidity is a spectrum. You just like in the middle trying to fight for both sides. It just don't work, bruh. Like it's not even a thing. Like so, I'm just trying to figure out like, yo, how is it that a full society of people we have been tricked into believing that we had to stay secure and maintain what we have, but we can still maintain what we have and we can try to chase success, even trying to stay secure.
Yeah. It's what we've been. Ooh,
Bless you.
ooh. What we've been programmed to do. We've been conditioned to think that way, to act that way. It's like we in the shade. We're in the comfort of the shade. It's cool. It's not too hot. But like, say success is like a mile down the road, and you got to go through the craziness of the weather, the bipolarness of Virginia weather times 10, and it's it's out of that comfort zone. We're so afraid to take those steps because of the opportunity of we might not make it or we might not be successful. But the thing is, if you make that first step and continue making steps, you'll make it to that destination. It might take, hour or 2 hours or, however long it takes you to get to that destination. But all it takes is for you to make that first step and then to continuously make those steps. But society has taught us that, oh, well, it, I don't know, it gets in our head and it tells us that that's not a that's not a smart move. That's not the route to take because of all the negatives that can happen along the way. It's almost like comical how many people have accepted that, because it's an easy process. We make it hard because of, you know, that sense of security, that safety net that we all have made. We've made our home the safety net instead of making our home the unknown future that we can produce.
I'm saying though, bro, like, and I don't know if it was you that asked me that or if it was Alyssa. I know I was talking to one of y'all. I don't know if we was on the podcast or what, but like, you know, the conversation about Amazon came up, and you know, the question. Well, yeah, it was Alyssa because I remember her asking like, why did we do that for so long?
Mm.
And like we used to always talk about, you know, leaving that joint and never looking back. Like we were talking about that long before we got married. We were talking about that long before we even moved in this house, bro. We were talking about that a long time ago, and she was just like, "Why did we do that for so long?" And I was like, I don't know why. Like I didn't have a logical reason to give her. Like it's not like I see any money from the my first check in Amazon right now. Like that money is long gone. that dollar has long since left my pocket. Like it's not even there anymore. Like it's not like, you know, we make residual income off of that joint, you know, but it was still the joint that we were complaining about every single week. And like we will always say like, yo, one day we gonna do XYZ. One day, you know, and one day turned into 6 years. I was supposed, me personally, I was supposed to work there for like 3 months, you know, make up a little, make a little cash reserve, and then drive over to California. Like that was my plan, and you know, your Quaz kept, you know, I ended up meeting Alyssa, so you know, things kind of took a turn for a little, for the better, I'm going to say, because you know, I had a plan of chasing my dream, which was it was it's long since passed at this point, but you know, I was going to go ahead and transfer over to a building over in California so I could be closer to Los Angeles and use and go to Los Angeles to try to pursue my dreams as an actor. That never panned out the way I thought it would, but you know, here I am today. Um, however, as I'm as I'm cycling through all these thoughts, just the main thing that became prominent was that you would never you would never succeed as long as you keep doing things that to in the name of security.
I, I feel that, but like, what gets me is we have many people, we know many people that have like dreams like that. Like the people that are listening have had like multiple dreams like that. Like, yo, I'm gonna start this job. I'm gonna make just enough to where, you know, I got something saved in the back where I can do my own thing. And like many people actually succeed in that plan. Like it's so easy to, and I ain't gonna say what you went through was like a stumble or a trip up or nothing like that, but it's like things change like in the midst of those plans, and a lot of people just settle at the job. They let somebody with a little bit more enthusiasm than they are about the job, you know, tell them that this job can take them places. This job can open doors for you, you know, if you just put all your time and all your efforts and cut out all that
Oh,
extracurricular
you talking about Turk?
activities. Uh-huh.
Extracurricular activity boy.
You know,
Yeah.
you'll let somebody with a lot stronger,
with more
affinity.
conviction. You let
Yeah.
somebody who's convicted to tell you about your job. You let them talk like big you up.
Yeah. And
And
then
like for real, look at that. That can come in many sources, Mark. Let me elaborate on that and hold your thought for a second. But that comes in many sources, fam. Like you can be talking about somebody, um, like at work, you be talking to somebody and they can big up the job in a way that make you just forget about your dreams. Like, oh damn, the job do that. But did you know that we had such and such a benefit? It's like, damn, I ain't know that. I need to look into that. And now you sitting up here looking into something that you ain't got no business looking into because you weren't even planning on being with the company no more. But now all of a sudden you planning on staying with the company because they can potentially help you out in a certain aspect of your life. And like for real, think about it. That goes deep. Somebody who's advocating for your job in corporate America or advocating for your security, you get off of work and try to hang out with your work friends, but for whatever reason y'all can't start talking about work in order to move forward with a conversation. You can't even tell them your dreams. They don't even know your dreams because they can't even stop talking about work in order to find out.
Hey man, that's big facts. Yeah. And I was gonna say, it's so easy to get swept into that conversation, that persuasion, whatever you want to call it. And like Max said, you stuck. Like your 3-month plan now has turned into a 3-year plan. Or let Amazon tell it. You find out that they pay for schooling, so now you try to ride that wave, and now you got to go back to school for a 2-year degree. You got to spend 4 years with this company to get something like that. Or it's it's wild, the tricks, the persuasion, the the things that jobs do to snuff out your dreams and like to get you stuck with them.
Let's not even talk about the job. Let's talk about us as people right now. Like the job is a job, bro. Like they got to sweeten the pot and try to make you want to stay there for 30 years. We talked about the Rolex already. People, and and sending your job, sending you to school is like that Rolex, bro. Like you take advantage of it. It can potentially do something for you, but at the same time, like you still just chasing security.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know anybody who had to go to school to chase their passion and make money off their passion. Like granted, there are some people who went to school to kind of further their career in their passion, but like for real, like you didn't really need to do that. Like you got a degree because people look at you a certain way in society, but you had already figured it out beforehand. And people say like, yo, why you do that? Well, I just wanted to do it. And it's helping me push my career forward. But here we are, like in corporate America, or blue collar people. I'm gonna just say it like that, blue collar people, because we coming from blue collar ourselves. So, and we're speaking this as blue collar individual. Well, I think I'm more white collar now, but it's the same rules still apply. The same rules still apply because I find myself in the situations where I'm just like, yo, the company that I'm working with, like, um, I can make this work some way, somehow I can make this work. And then other times I'm just like, yo, like, why? Why? Like, if you make this work, then who gonna do this other stuff that you said you're trying to do?
Mm.
Think about it. Like, if I'm trying to be secure at my job and I'm trying to be secure in corporate America, who gonna do that other stuff that you said you? Who gonna who gonna make it the universe into Marvel's biggest competitor? While you at corporate America, who gonna do that? Are you gonna pay somebody to do it? Because you ain't got no money yet.
Mm.
You the one came up with the idea. God gave you the vision. So did
What you
he give
waiting
you the
on?
vision? Did he give you the vision so you can go to corporate America to be secure, or did he give you the vision so you can write and get
Right.
this stuff out there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we have the blueprints, the schematics, the whatever prototype even to be successful, to be out here to thrive, but like for some reason, time and again, we fall into that rut that I work this 9 to 5, and I'm talking about. I know some folks that they got it down to a T. They know how much they need to work to make a certain amount. They know the tax inflection on your dollar. If you make this much, they take this much, or if you work this many hours, they take this much from you. They know the
They know how
percentage
to
of
change the
everything.
dependence so they can make more on the check.
Bro, some people they got tactical with it. I'm just like, bro, is it that serious?
It's not. It's not.
I'm like, they be like, you check your check. You mean how much you get back? I'm like, bro, I ain't even check my bank account. I know that I swiped my card and it went through. It approved. That's all I'm really worried about, sir. Like,
Know what I'm saying? It's like I got a general idea, like what I need to hyper focus on that for. Like I know I don't make enough. Like like I'm not
Facts.
about to sit up here hyper focus on the fact that I'm not making enough, bro. Like what?
I'm trying to
This
make
guy out here
10
checking your
times this.
bank account like 2 times an hour.
Day.
Like come on, bro. Like get out of here with that. Like go ahead and get you some business, man. Like this is if that ain't a dead giveaway that you need to find you some actual work to do and make you some actual money, bro. Like what is like how do we get to a point where you can look at that and be okay with it? Like you just that you can do that. You have to look at your account that much in order to make sure that there's actually something in it. Everybody in the household got a job to try to maintain and make ends meet. And you still can't make ends meet for whatever reason. You still want luxury items. You still want to live life to the fullest. And it doesn't bother you that you don't make enough. It doesn't bother you that you're not passionate about what you do. Meanwhile, there's things that put ear to ear smile on your face that people are getting paid for, and you can't muster up the courage to actually pursue a career in what you're passionate about. Somebody told me once before, and I don't know if you heard it, Mark. They said if you're passionate about what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. If
Yeah.
you do what you love,
Yeah,
you never work another day in your life. Now, either way, no matter which one you heard growing up, because I know we've all heard it. No matter which way you go, it boils down to the same thing. It's a biblical principle. Work with the gift that God gave you. Even if you don't believe in Christ, it's the rule to success still applies.
Yeah.
If you're universally good at something and you do that thing and that thing gets you to the promised land, then stop doing all this other extracurricular stuff. Like my man Turk said, all this extracurricular activity. What he didn't understand was that the extracurricular activity was when he was trying to promote to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And well, go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's funny how that how that flipped on. Like Max said, there's so many people out here that are making millions, just enjoying life. And I think way back a couple of episodes ago, I think, I don't know if it was you or somebody else. I don't know if I was watching a video or something. But they mentioned a streamer that just made her way up the ranks. Like
That was me.
that was you. All right, cool.
Yep.
And all she did was she made a
Let me guess, you
decision.
found her.
I think I seen a clip of her stuff. I don't know, but like you said, she was not only streaming, but like, giving back to her community. She was invested in her community, and that's all it took. All it took was her making a decision, her putting her stuff out there, her not only uh trying to make herself uh value or popular or whatever, but she's also out here providing value to other people. And it's magical how fast you can grow just by doing things like that. Like when you provide genuine value with your talent, like something that just comes easy to you, it's like almost like each interaction is worth $1 million. You might not get $1 million up front, but like just that time alone, or that time with whatever group you're in, with that whatever group is connected to your passion, it's a magical feeling. Like if you ever been on stage and performed in front of a crowd, not knowing that you're gonna get something in return, just performing because you love performing, it's a magical feeling. It will make you smile ear to ear. Everybody standing, clapping, and all this other stuff, but we don't focus on that. We don't hyper focus on that feeling. We hyper focus on the feeling of security, of uh living paycheck to paycheck, being miserable, living paycheck to paycheck. We literally need that next paycheck, or I don't know, it's the end of the world, we think.
Hold up 1 second, Mark. I just want to put it out there though, because like you said, paycheck to paycheck, and people don't even understand that they're living paycheck to paycheck. There's people who make a certain amount of money, and they think just because they're over the median household income in their area that they're good because they make more money than most people that they know. But what they don't understand is like, even though you good, one step in the wrong direction and this boat sinking.
Yeah.
Like for real, like people can be so secure that a step in the right direction can take them out. Think about that.
Ooh.
You get you a little influx of money, tax return, lawsuit, lottery, and you working paycheck to paycheck because you so secure, you ain't in your bag yet. You don't even know what to do with the money. Next thing you know, you'd overspent something because you weren't even budgeting for it.
Mm.
And now all of a sudden, that security that we were looking at, that paycheck to paycheck stuff is now putting you behind.
Yeah. So that's a real thing to fall into. And you would think that all it would take is a large sum to just like get somebody on track with their goals, with their dreams. But like, because we don't have that mindset shift with the influx of money, it's almost like a death sentence. It does more harm than good to have that large sum.
Bro, we were too secure to have dreams, Mark. That's what I'm saying.
That's
You were
insane.
too secure to have a dream.
Yeah.
Because you were chasing security. You weren't chasing what you do.
That's great. Yeah. And it's
It was
like,
a reason. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like it's like you like you said, you don't have a dream to match that influx of money, so you go right back to what you know. You squander all that money and you're back in the same rut, making the same problems, living the same life. And it's like someone can hand you $1 million, but if you don't have $1 million mindset, you waste all of it. It's gonna be
Exactly.
blown. Or you're gonna put it in the bank, you're gonna put it in a savings account, and you're gonna let it sit there, and you still gonna work the 9 to 5 because you're like, okay, this is my emergency fund. This this is my safety net, my giant safety net. I done made it, but you still going to work. Like, make that make sense.
Right. Make it make sense, y'all. Somebody let us know somewhere on social media. And I would say we could make this a little easier for people who's listening and watching us. Like we not on social media like that, but you know, somebody make it make sense. You can now comment on Spotify videos or Spotify episodes. So like, make it make sense to us, man. Like, what is it about the security that has you stuck where you are? And think about the fact that I even had to ask it that way. Like, there's no other way to ask it. Like, what is it about the security that got you stuck where you at? Because I can't work my job and work my business at the same time. I've tried it. It's not working, bruh. I got a deadline coming up for this book. I said that the book was going to be done on June 22nd. I said it was going to be done. Not finished writing. Not finished writing. I said back in February that I was going to finish this book. But instead of finishing the book, I was looking for another job because I knew that I had a deadline coming up and it was time to get back to work. But you know, I was doing other things that was trying to keep me secure. I got a deadline coming up now. The book ain't even. I don't even think the book is going to be done. I've been telling people that the book was gonna come out. I got it up for pre-order right now. I've been telling people that the book was gonna come out on June 22nd. Do you know what it's gonna look like if I don't finish this? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the only thing that's keeping me from finishing the thing that I'm passionate about is my job. Come on now, man. So what is it that keep that what is it about the security that has you so hung up? Like, why do you need it so bad? And what is it stopping you from getting? Is the question I have. Go ahead, Mark.
Also, what is it about? No. What's keeping you from breaking out of that job? Also, like, literally, once you find out what's tying you down, untie that junk and set yourself free. If it's knowledge, if it's some type of motivation, if it's some type of push that you need, find that push and set yourself free from the shackles of the 9 to 5, because it'll always be there. It's gonna hold you there until you die. Like, they're raising the retirement age. Like, what sense does that make? Again. I mean, from what it was previous 65.
Raising retirement and changing Social Security. Love that.
Right. So it's like the evidence is there. The evidence is there that they don't. It's the job is not gonna get y'all to success. The job is not gonna get y'all to where y'all want to be in life. It is literally only a stepping stone that you have to step over, that you have to get through to get to your passion, to your success, to your goal in life. And if you just step on it and just stay in there, it's not gonna do you no good. You have to get through it. You have to step over that thing and make it to where you need to make it.
All right, so this is a joke that I got with Alyssa, as she's not a huge Miley Cyrus fan, mm-hmm. But Miley Cyrus had this song with Dua Lipa called "Prisoner," and I don't know if I can just see by the look on your face that you haven't heard it, but and I wouldn't read the lyrics off, but I ain't really about trying to get into that, but like, the song is clearly talking about an ex-lover. Like you listen to the lyrics and it's like it's clearly talking about how, an ex-lover has is keeping you prisoner, or whatever the case is. Like, it doesn't like clearly say that. Like, it doesn't say you, or like things like that. It's not generalized or anything, but like it's clearly like, these two little white girls, they're not really talking about no damn job or anything like that. But like, as I hear the lyrics to the song, bro, I'm just like, yo, this applies to corporate America so much.
Oh
It's
man.
like the hook is, it goes, prisoner locked up, can't get you off my mind. Lord knows I tried a million times. Oh, whoa, why can't I let you go? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, that sounds familiar. Like, why does this song resonate with me so much? As I talk about it with Alyssa all the time. I'm like, I just play that song like every day. I'm like heading out. I'm just like, just play this joint, and she like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, this is how I feel today.
Facts.
But for real, man, I say that to say this, and Mark, you got anything, man? Because I've been trying to slow roll this thing, and I realized that I jumped right into the topic like right at the first minute. But you got
Uh,
anything else, man?
we're pretty good on time. Other than like the the 9 to 5 out here really has people, in a chokehold. Really has them a prisoner. Like it you are a prisoner to society out here. If you're not a producer, you are a consumer, and we work to consume, and it's no middle ground. Like the job ain't gonna get you to a point where you can just stop working. The job ain't gonna get you to a point where you can take a month or two off and, do some soul searching, do some exploring, do some vacationing, like actual vacationing. No, the job is
Mm-hmm.
gonna give you what they give you. They'll give you a week off. They'll give you up to maybe 2 weeks off or something after you done slaved away and saved up some time. Like the job I work now, we get our time off by hours worked. And I was looking at that thing one day and I was like, a day is only,
Like 10 minutes.
yeah, like something weird like that. And I was like, I done worked a full day. I done slaved out in the heat, sun beaming on my back and stuff. I come in the house and I'm like, shirt a whole different color because it done got wet or something. I'm like, 10 minutes. You got a 10-minute break today, dog. You earned that 10 minutes, dog. And I'm just like, ain't this the same thing they do in prison? They make them work and like only pay them like 10 cents or something like that. Yeah.
And in addition to that, though, they put the value on your time.
Yeah.
They put the value on your time. So they say that you working this many hours, and for what you do, no matter how valuable you think it is,
Mm,
we're only going to pay you this much.
yeah.
And then don't have a salary job.
Mm.
Don't have a salary job, because they're going to keep you as long as they need to. Even when you're not doing absolutely jack shit, they're going to tell you that you can't go home until XYZ. I'm talking to all of y'all in the military, talking to all of y'all with salary office jobs. The boss is holding you around. Ain't got nothing for you, but you still there, and you still wishing you can go home. You still wishing you can go back to your family. You ain't doing absolute nothing, but just hanging out in the office and waiting for your boss to tell you to leave.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Yeah. So
But
yeah, man. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
You
I
you
was
you
gonna
good?
say
Go
close
ahead.
it out. Yeah, you got it.
All right. All right. So look, man. I came to this conclusion, right? Because Alyssa and I had this, bro. We had to have a heart to heart, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sporadic with how I live my life, dog. And I have always been. I've never been the person to sit still and sit in one place. This is the longest as an adult that I think I've sat still. And I felt like it was for a good purpose. Like I've always been that person that is out making something move, or trying to make something move, or at least moving in the right direction. Because for the most part, I don't like feeling stuck. And for the most part, my entire adult life, that's all I've been feeling is stuck. And I'm tired of feeling stuck, because there is a little lady that is dependent on us now. So stuck isn't an option for me, especially now that she's born, with everybody saying that I supposed to be stuck because she's here now, and I need to focus on her and be stable for her sake, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Like I said before, I am in the biggest transition period right now that I've ever been in my entire life. And I had to have the conversation with my wife, because she likes security. So and here's the problem. She support everything that I do. Everything. But I do not support her need for security. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And it caused a huge problem for us recently. And let me tell y'all, what we came up with, and I sat back and I said, look, bro, if this is what you want, let's focus on that. If you want security, I completely understand. But do me a favor. While we being secure, draw the roadmap of what it looks like for us to chase our dreams. Like show me what that looks like. And what we came to the conclusion of was that there is no roadmap while trying to be secure that's going to get you where you need to be. Steve Harvey said, when it's time to jump, you can't half-ass at the jump. You got to spring off that cliff. Because if you have any reservation as you're jumping off of that cliff, you just going to tumble down the cliffside. You got to jump away from that joint. You got to, when you get to the end, you have to put your force into your feet and jump, actually jump. And what we find ourselves doing is we keep running up to the cliff, and we just no. Let me try again. So you running back, you take a stroll right on back, and you turn around and you run full speed, and you get to the cliff, and every single time you get to the cliff, you turn around like no, hold on. That won't do one. So you spend your entire life getting ready to jump, or almost jumping, or almost doing that thing that you wanted to do. You spend your entire life on almost, just for the sake of security, thinking, and then you trick yourself into believing that you can do things while being secure that's going to push you forward. But in reality, all the efforts that I've been trying to put into moving forward with my businesses, moving forward with the Ascension Media, moving forward with the Aether Universe, have all been squandered because I've been chasing security. And why is that? You may ask, why is that? The reason that is because if you are chasing security, you are chasing the ideal that things need to remain the same in order for me to be comfortable. But if you are fighting for the ideal that things need to remain the same, how do you add growth into that equation? That's the question you got to ask yourself. How can I be secure, stay the same, and grow at the same time? I don't think that's logically possible. Now you may find ways that's going to make it appear like you are succeeding at having a job and trying to do things on the side, but ultimately what ends up happening to people who are working a business outside of their job, they ultimately end up having to quit because they realize that they can't grow anymore. You have become a fish too big for the pond that is swimming in. Ultimately, and we know people who do this or have done this. We work with them at Amazon. You know, people who they tried to stay secure and work their passion outside of the job, and they did it for too long, and they didn't know when to jump, and they failed at their passion because they couldn't let go of security. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say here? Like, yo, you gotta let go of the security fact, man. You can't do two things at once. You can't chase two rabbits. You can't grow and be the same at the same time. It don't work that way. You have to grow and grow through what you're going through. And even if that means letting go of the thing that's consistent and secure, even if that means letting that go, if it's going to bring you success down the line, if it's going to bring you even more money and more financial gains and more favor and down the line, bruh, let go of that thing that you call insecurity. Because security it's not even a real concept. It's something that corporate America has made up to keep us where we are. Bro, they used to back in the Industrial Revolution, a steady paycheck was a selling point. They were literally printing that in newspapers back in the day to incentivize people to come work at Ford and Chrysler and Dodge and all of these other companies, all the steel mills and all of the other places like that. They were literally incentivizing people by saying, we can give you a steady paycheck.
What?
Yeah, bro. So for real, back then it was a little bit different, man. People can actually succeed off their jobs. But that was before the big corporations started understanding that we can make more money off of you than you can make off of us, and you won't even know the difference. And here we are right now. These people still believe in the same exact thing that these big corporations were throwing at us since the early 1900s. And nobody is really paying attention to anything.
So
for real, security is not secure. It's only an illusion.
Yeah. Well, alrighty. Anything else for the people?
That's it, man.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. I always say with me is the Aaron Mac. Before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.